Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who figure, my Doctor Who action figure collection update. So I'm going to show you what I've got. So as you can see, this is all my William Hartnell era. So as you can see, I've got the TARDIS box and the first Doctor to represent the Unearthly Child. I've got a ton of Daleks from his 4 stories. So we've got 4 technically Daleks, because we've got the Dalek, the Saucer Pilot Dalek, the Supreme Dalek, and then 2 Dalek drones from the Dalek Invasion of Earth, which is my all-time favourite William Hartnell story. Then, of course, we've got 2 Daleks to represent the Chase, and then we've got the Dalek Supreme and the Flamethrower Dalek to represent the Dalek's Master Plan, and then including 2 Voids. And then I've got 2 Sensorites, the first Doctor from the Sensorites, and, of course, Ian Chesterton. And that's it for, of course, my first Doctor collection. So coming up here into my second Doctor collection. So as you can see, I have sorted out some of me Troughton stuff. So I've got 4 Daleks to represent his 2 Dalek stories. A moon-based Cyberman, an asteroid at the back of the Dalek, and then of course Troughton from the War Games and the Abominable Snowman set. And then coming over here is my John Pertwee era, and he's got a load of figures. So, of course, I've got his TARDIS from the B&M set of the Monsters of Paladon. I've got the unit soldiers, Sarah Jane, and the figure to represent the 3rd Doctor from the Monster of Paladon as well. Same with this figure. So, I've kind of got like 3 figures for the Monster of Paladon. Links the Santana with the helmet on, and then, of course, an Auton. To represent the 3 Doctors, you know, we've got Omega and then the Doctors in the costumes from the 3 Doctors. So we've got the 1st, 2nd and 3rd Doctor from the 3 Doctors. Another version of Links at the back. An awesome Jurassic. The 3rd Doctor from Carnival of Monsters. 2 Daleks. This 3rd Doctor, as you can see here, is from the 5 Doctors. But I took his jacket off, and without the jacket, he looks a bit like the one from his actual costume he wore in the Day of the Daleks. So I kind of represent that. Then I got another Auton, the Master, Joe Grant, and then another 3rd Doctor without a cape from the Carnival of Monsters. So yeah, that's basically it for my John Pertwee section. And coming over here is my Tom Baker section, as you can see, with Tom with some of his companions. So as you can see, I've got Sarah Jane, I've got Harry, I've got Romana 1, Romana 2, K9. At the back, you can see the awesome K1 robot. 2 versions of Steyr, one with the helmet on and one without the helmet. And then I've got Brotom. Far back, as you can see, I've got the Master next to Sergeant Benton. Then we've got a unit person with, well, basically it's just a Captain Mike Yates head, but painted with a mustache. The Brigadier. And then nice, awesome representation of the 4th Doctor. So I've got him, which came in the robot set. The original Tom Baker figure with the swappable head, the Caesar Doom figure with the solemn face, the Terror of the Zygons figure, then of course the Talent Swing Chang, and season 18, basically this figure is from the Gopolis with next to a Dalek, and that represents the Tom Baker section. And then coming over here into 1980 now with Peter Davidson. As you can see, I've got the Hattie 5th Doctor and TARDIS from the Visitation. The Caves of Androzani TARDIS with the Muddy Doctor variant. And I got quite a few variants of the 5th Doctor. At the back, you can see some nice, awesome 80s Cybermen. I love my 1980s Cybermen. 2 Cyber Androids, and then Peter Davison with next to the Cyber Bomb. I actually do have that in the box, as you can see over there. So I brought 2 of them. So I've got 1 in the box and then 1 not in the box. Astron Warrior robot next to those representations of the Peter Davidson, and then of course a little mini Cyberman, and then the first, well, technically this represents the 5 Doctors. So we've got Hartnell, Troughton, Pertwee and Davidson, because I haven't done a figure for Richard Herndl and I had a spare Hartnell, so I thought why not just throw him in to represent the 5 Doctors. Then coming into Mr. Collin Baker's era, as you can see, it's only a few. So as you can see, I've got quite a few variants of Collin. I've got 2 Terror of the Vervoid variants, a real-time variant, and then his normal season 22 costume. Perry, Steyr, 2 versions of Steyr, 1 with the helmet on, 1 without the helmet, and then 2 nice, awesome versions of the 2nd Doctor from that. One where he's got angiogram eyes and his normal, really great self. And then coming into this shelf is, of course, the Sylvester McCoy. So I've got 2 more 1980s Cybermen, but these are from Silver Nemesis. Ace next to a Nitro 9, a 7th Doctor. And then I've got from season 26, then 2 season 24 and season 25 7 Doctors, a season 26 7th Doctor again, and the Doctor from the TV movie next to a Dalek. So that is my shelf. So jumping over to Modern Who now. Hello, so carrying on with my action figure collection. So as you can see, I've got 2 8th Doctors from the movie, the Dark Eyes set. I call it the Dark Eyes set because I love Dark Eyes, and Paul McGann's wearing his Dark Eyes costume. To represent the Time War, we've got Paul McGann's 8th Doctor from Night of the Doctor, and then John Hurt's Doctor from Day of the Doctor, but this is from his figure boxer that came with this Dalek. And then coming over here, we've got all of my Christopher Eccleston stuff. So as you can see, the Reaper, Savine, the Robot Spider, Autons, the Regeneration Pack for the 9th and 10th Doctors, Moxibel Zoom, the Dalek with the open casing to show the mutant, the Empty Child, and of course the Pig Slave, the Gelf, the Claw Dalek that literally slices the door in the Part of the Ways, Captain Jack Rose, and the 9th Doctor. So I've got like 3 variants of the 9th Doctor. So, and that's my 9th Doctor collection. So coming into my 10th Doctor collection. And then of course going into the final part of my Doctor Who figure collection. So at the back, as you can see, my Dalek Khan custom. Then, of course, the Supreme Dalek, and then Dalek Sec, Rassilon, and then, of course, the Human Dalek Sec. 4 Cybermen, and then, of course, Donna, Martha Rose, the Doctor, K9, Captain Jack at the back. We've got Sarah Jane, and then the 3 versions of the Master. Well, 4. We have Joe Jacobi, and then John Sims Master in his Regeneration outfit, then the Howard Saxon Master, and then the kind of homeless Master for the End of Time. And then of course at the back you can see I've got Rassilon. Then coming down to the next shelf, we've got the 10th Doctor inside the lift capsule from the Impossible Planet, surrounded by the Ood, Toby Said, and Toby Said Possessed. Weeping Angel, Santarin with the helmet and the gun. Then at the 10th Doctor we've got Gwen Cooper, 3 Scarecrows, we've got 3 Pig Slaves including Alonzo, a couple of more 10th Doctor variants. We've got the Grask. Then, of course, we've got Zadu, the Werewolf, and 3 Carrier Knights. And then coming down for the next section of the 10th Doctor, we are going into with the Rachnos, the Nalvis, the 2 versions of Nalvis Hane, Face of Bow. Of course, we have the Krillatane, the Hoiks, the Cigarettes leaders. And then, of course, I've got the cigarette unit there. And then, of course, you can see the Clockwork Android, a Captain Jack variant, and a Sarah Jane variant. And that is it for the 10th Doctor. So then coming down to the next shelf, and this is all my Matt Smith era, as you can see. I've got John Hurt with David Tennant and Matt Smith around the moment to represent Day of the Doctor. A Weeping Angel, Matt Smith's Regeneration. We've got Clara, the Young River Song in the Android, and then of course 2 Daleks, a Silence, a Half-Human Smiler, 3 variants of the Cybermen, well technically 4, and then of course an Ice Warrior. I've got 2 variants of Amy Pond, the Clockwork Droids, quite a few Matt Smiths as you can see. I've got 1 Matt Smith next to the TARDIS, I've got 1 Matt Smith over there, I've got the Old Age Matt Smith next to the Silurian, and then I've got him in his Regeneration outfit. So that is it for all my Matt Smith section. As you can see, I'm really crammed all my Matt Smiths in there because that's all I own for the Matt Smith era. And then coming down to the next Doctor, it is Peter Capaldi with his TARDIS, his little mini one. So we've got the 12th Doctor next to Davros and a Dalek to represent the Magician's Apprentice and the Witch's Familiar. The 12th Doctor and the 1st Doctor to represent Twice Upon a Time. I know it's the wrong outfit, but it would do for now to represent Twice Upon a Time. So I kind of represented all the multi-Doctor specials so far. I got Clara, a Cyberman, a Ice Warrior, Bill and Missy around the 12th Doctor. And then coming into the current era, aka Jodie Whittaker. So as you can see, I got her, Yaz, Dan, Yaz, Graham and Ryan. I really want Dan. Got the Dalek Mutant. We've got Ryan again. We've got another variant of the 13th Doctor. a Jadu, a Dalek, and a Weeping Angel, and Yaz. And that's it for my Doctor Who figure collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like, subscribe, and share, and join me for more awesome Doctor Who content.